As I promised, here is my reaction and reply video to Aunt Hammy, or as I like to call her, Aunt Mammy. She is a YouTuber nowadays, even though she was a, quote, comedian who's not even funny. Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart are better comedians than Aunt Mammy, so that lets you know something right there. But Aunt Hammy, or as I like to call her, Aunt Mammy, because she looks like she just stepped off of, no, she doesn't look like she stepped off. She looks like she lives on a plantation. She wears her hair in all types of, slavish hairstyles, whether it's Cynthia from the Rugrats, or it's a plantation ponytail, plantation plaits, beaten braids, toe waves, no, not finger waves, toe waves, and her baby hairs are all grown up. Ditto for the hair on her armpits. Now, she's a nasty heifer. She had that song called Pew Pew Pew, and that's what men say when she walks by, allegedly. Pew Pew Pew. So she was up on YouTube live earlier today. What is today? Tuesday, January 5th of 2021. And she had a video exclusive breaking story, Auntie Hammy versus Nosey Heaux, Jaguar Rights versus... And on the live, she wore this ridiculous looking wig and a fake piercing on her nose, and I didn't understand, and I realized, wait, she's making fun of Nosey Heaux live. That was the first thing. So I'm like, okay, I guess that was humorous, even though Aunt Hammy is not funny. So boom, right? So I'm watching the live, and I came there late. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it back, listen to it, and I'm going to reply to it in this video with because she says some crazy shit like she's been fucking grown men since she was 11. But he was grown, but he had a car, so and he had money. Her pussy has essentially been valuable since forever. Now I know that pussy's about 11 years now, so she was 11 then, and now the pussy's 5,000 years older. But we're gonna get to that in a minute. Let me go ahead and start from the beginning. What this crazy bitch says. She talked about Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Petty, Boots, all types of shit. So let's start from the beginning. She starts off the chat from the beginning calling herself a celebrity blogger. Now I hope that she's kidding, because she's not a celebrity or a blogger. She's technically a public figure, and she's definitely also and I'm not gonna say it. I almost called her a nibbler, and she's trying to nibble off of us YouTubers checks now, but that ain't none of my business, because I get most of my money from my sugar mama anyway. Now I'm just messing with y'all. No, but seriously, she goes on to say this character that she's playing is called Nosey Hammy when she wears that disgusting looking wig, which looks like a cross between a really cheap prostitute that was just running in the rain and a 70s soul singer. So if you could imagine like Diana Ross in a movie playing a cheap prostitute, and her hair gets wet and it's laying terribly on her head with a piercing in her fucking nose, and that's what Aunt Mammy looks like on her live. And after you're done listening to my video, go check out her live. It's like almost 90 minutes, a little bit over 90 minutes, excuse me. I'm going to post the link in the description box as well as in the comment section, because her live is like an hour, 32 minutes, and 34 seconds. I promise you, the video you listen to right now won't be nowhere near that fucking long. This shit won't even be half that long, and I'm 3 minutes plus into this bitch. She said that Nosey Heaux is a little YouTuber. Now, I found out about Nosey Heaux because she followed me on Instagram, and I went and looked up the name like Nosey Heaux live. I'm like, what the hell is this, right? So I found her on YouTube and whatnot. I went to Nosey Heaux live chat. This is like a few weeks or so ago, and she was talking about like abuse victims or whatever, Kenneth Petty, Nicki Minaj, all this type of shit. And I was like, yeah, blah blah blah. What do you think about what Cardi B has said about drugging and robbing men? And the bitch, like, she starts flipping the fuck out. She's like, in so many words, she doesn't give a fuck about men. Like, men can't be victims of shit. And she started victim blaming the men. That's when I was like, oh, okay, this bitch is like crazy for real. That's why I don't fuck with Nosey Heaux. I'm not gonna sit up here and slam her because I don't know her. She's a fake mermaid or whatever. But my whole thing is this: were you gonna sit up there and talk about like you're against people being victims of shit, but then you sit up there and you denounce like a damn near half the population and say that basically in so many words you don't give a fuck about them being a victim? Well, that lets me know that you're a sexist asshole. You're a misandrist. You hate men, and fuck you. So anyway, Aunt Hammy, she basically says like, look, Nosey Heaux hit her up like, hey, in so many words, like, what's the tea or whatever. Like, I guess like she wanted to talk to her, wanted to like book her for an interview. Like, I would love to interview Aunt Hammy. I would love to interview Jaguar Wright, Tasha K, all these people whose names keep being brought up. Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Petty. You know, I had a chance to interview Nicki Minaj's moms. I should have done that, but I got really busy. But I'm gonna have to get back into. I'm gonna have to get in touch with her, so then that way I could go ahead and make that happen. Do y'all want to see me interview Nicki Minaj's mom? Y'all want to hear that interview? Let me know in the comments. Can't believe I'm revealing behind the scenes stuff, but fuck it, I'm just gonna go all the way in. I might talk about a lot of shit in this video. I don't know where this is gonna go, other than the fact that I'm definitely gonna dig into Aunt Hammy's dirty stinking ass about what the fuck she said on her live about fucking since she was 11, but he had money, weird shit. Like, and it's crazy, these black bitches, and I don't give a fuck if y'all get mad or not, black bitches were up in the comment section, in the live chat, excuse me, sitting there laughing, kikiing, as the whores would say, about the shit. Like, nothing that she was saying was funny. This bitch isn't funny. Aunt Hammy is not funny. This is her best video I've ever seen, and I saw a little over half of it because I had to take a dump, and then I had to, you know, I had to go get something to eat, refuel myself. I had to go refill my belly and everything. Shit, you know, I was busy, but I'm rewatching, re-listening to everything right now as I'm making this video. But yeah, she apparently, allegedly, tried to get Aunt Hammy to call into her show. Just like I want to interview Aunt Hammy, even though she ain't shit. But with the heifer sent like an email, private message, I don't know. She tried to contact her, but your girl Aunt Hammy feels like this about it. Look, fuck you. I'm not going to do an interview with you. And then that way you're going to go and twist the shit around and use it to your advantage. And, you know, like, she doesn't want to have a falling out with her. So it makes sense. I feel her on that. You got to be careful who you talk to. Like, for example, I have a rule. If you come on my show, I don't say anything bad about anybody that I've interviewed except for Cola Booth. I interviewed her in like 2015 or some shit. And you know, maybe I'll tell the whole story about what happened with us in another video. But anyways, Nosey Heaux says that Wiley, somebody named Wiley, fucked up everything for bloggers because okay, I guess Wiley is the dude with the cock eye, right? The dude who looks like a Slim Biggie, the dude who's cool with Tasha K, right? Wiley allegedly made up a story that Aunt Mammy's, starting to get the names mixed up. Aunt Mammy's white sugar daddy pisses on her, pees on her, golden showers, and she was basically like, "Yo, like, what the fuck? Like, that's not even true." So then she was like, "You know what? I'm not fucking with any of these bloggers anymore." And allegedly, it was just a completely made up story. But you know what? I think it is made up, because if I told the story, I would say that he was shitting on her, because that's what you swirlers are into. But anyway, back to the topic. She starts talking about suing Wiley. She said that she should be suing Wiley. Damn, a lot of S's. Damn. She should be suing Wiley for defamation and elder abuse. So apparently, I guess she's being at least somewhat silly, sarcastic, joking, facetious, because she doesn't totally mean that. But I think to some degree, she does have some sort of like animosity, or I don't want to say contempt, but I guess she doesn't really fuck with Wiley. So thank you, Wiley, for messing it up for all of us, because Aunt Hammy is a mess. And we all know that she's going to be getting arrested, sued, or something else bad is going to happen to her soon enough. She's going to be getting her ass whooped at church or a funeral pretty soon, because trash like this, you know, she's definitely, shit attracts flies. Anyways, she said that that's just what bloggers do, man, that they basically just be twisting shit up. And she said, you know, when she talks about a celebrity, basically what she does is she has some sort of like real information. It's not just a bunch of like bullshit like bloggers be making up. And she said that basically bloggers want to be like Wendy Williams, but Wendy Williams is as high as it goes. Well, I've been saying for the past like couple years now that Tasha K is basically the new Wendy Williams. Actually, I would say new and improved, because I like her way more than I like Wendy Biggerfoot Williams. I call her Wendy Biggerfoot Williams because she's like Bigfoot with bigger foots. So Wendy Williams is annoying. She goes too far in a lot of things, in my opinion. She talks too much shit, and not only does she talk too much crap, it's like she says it's a lot of unnecessary stuff about a lot of these celebrities. I feel like she goes too far, and I feel like, you know, she's the industry's choice. She isn't the people's champ. Like Tasha K at this point is the people's champ. The people have basically pushed her into the direction where she's going, which is, if she keeps doing what she's doing, in 2 or 3 years she's gonna be like superstar legendary status. 2 to 3 years, okay? And I'll take Tasha over Biggerfoot Williams any day, because Wendy ain't shit. You ever see Wendy Williams in a bikini? Bitch looks like a boiled roach in a wig. Aunt Hammy says y'all can't snort more powder than Wendy. Not Whitney, but Wendy. She said that Wendy Biggerfoot Williams is where she is as far as this blogging, celebrity commentary, talk show game thing, because she goes skiing nose first. All alleged. Aunt Mammy, Aunt Hammy said the shit. I didn't say it. So if y'all got a problem, y'all better go take it up with her. That wig, that plantation hairdo underneath it, and that fake ass nose ring, which looks like a toe ring. But that ain't none of my business. She said Wendy Williams is shaped like a letter P with big fake tits, and that she snorted all the weight off her body. That she's basically just a skinny cokehead with big fake tits. All alleged. But remember, this is what Aunt Hammy's saying, not me. She said Tasha K won't make it off of YouTube because she doesn't sniff coke, so she's not going to be able to go anywhere in Hollywood. That's fucking stupid. This bitch is stupid. How much of this shit is a joke and how much of it is shit that she actually believes? Like, they say that like 75% of jokes are truth. Like, does she actually believe some of the shit that she's saying? There's something wrong with this bitch, man. I'm trying to tell you. Aunt Mammy is something else, boy, I tell you. Aunt Hammy said the only reason why she replied to Tasha K is because Tasha K is damn near at 1 million subscribers. That's why she fucked with her. You know, otherwise she wouldn't even be dealing with her. She does not mess with bloggers. But she said that, you know, she felt like when she was going to go talk to Tasha K because of her production values. You know, Tasha K's husband has worked in like media before or something. He's done like behind the scenes stuff, like been behind the camera or whatever. So he's thorough. He knows how to do it. He knows how to handle audio and editing and framing. And I guess he understands cameras and lenses, you know, all of that stuff that a lot of people don't really know. They just kind of point and shoot. And a lot of people's videos come out very amateurish, but apparently he was some sort of professional. So he's thorough. So like she said, she felt like she was going to be going to sit down with Barbara Walters. So she felt like, well, shit, like this is the place to be because of Tasha K's presentation, because it's so much above other YouTubers. And I feel that. I hear her on that. But we need to hurry up and get to the point where she started saying that shit about selling her pussy at 11 years old. Listen, Aunt Hammy said that she's not going to respect bloggers who aren't bigger than Tasha K. That's freaking hilarious. You can tell that Aunt Hammy is the type of bitch that's had a lot of problems in her life. You know, like she was in like some sort of juvenile facility or something like that, where she was like 13 for stabbing somebody, which she talks about on this live. I'm gonna get to that. But here's the thing, though. Just the stupid shit that she says, like, oh, you gotta be or have this, that, and the third in order for me to acknowledge you. Otherwise, you're lesser than. Like, very, very stupid, ghetto, like dusty black chick way of thinking. Like, anybody who's ever met like dirty ghetto people, like this is how dirty ghetto people think. Especially like dirty ghetto black chicks that sleep with old white men. Like this piece of shit, right? So they're always looking down upon people. It's like, if you knew how low you were, you would actually understand that you're looking up. But you really don't understand because you like the smell of your own filth. Oh, and fuck you to anybody who's offended right now. Yeah, I'm going in on ghetto people of all ethnicities. Yes, I'm going in on black women. Yeah, I'm going in on every fucking body in this video because it's 2021. And I think that the old Meat magazine is back. The blogger from hell. This bitch said, who has more subscribers than Tasha K? What does that even mean? Like, why does it matter how many subscribers you have? That doesn't mean shit. Look at me, for example. They roll back my subscribers like a fucking odometer, every day. I used to get subscribers every day for years. There were 2 days that I actually lost subscribers. 2 different times where I made controversial videos. The first time was when I said, if you're a swirler or interracial dater, get the fuck off my channel and unsubscribe right now. Go suck a white dick. Well, I didn't say it exactly like that. But that was the first time. The second time is when I made that video saying that I heard that Kobe Bryant was still alive. Those are the only 2 times I ever fucking lost subscribers, right? All of a sudden, late or the middle or late last year, I guess it was, I lose subscribers all the fucking time now. And it's not because people are actually unsubscribing. It's because the system is unsubscribing people. Because people have told me before. Like, yo, like, I don't even get notifications. I don't even know when you post videos. How did I end up unsubscribed from you? So the system is rigged. Don't get fooled by how many subscribers and shit that people have. Those numbers don't mean anything. It's a fucking computer, people. It's an algorithm. If you don't know that the game is rigged by now, then shame on you. And this is not me saying anything negative about Tasha. I'm just saying, just generally speaking, numbers lie all the fucking time. They have rigged voting machines and all types of shit in the world that we live in. Like, some of y'all are real ignorant. I tried to talk to YouTube about the fucking problems on my main channel. You know what the fuck YouTube said to me? YouTube said to me, blah, 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 you're 1.6 million subscribers. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I had like maybe 140,000, was it 134,000 at the time? This is months ago. I'm like, what the fuck is YouTube talking about? 1.6 million subscribers. I'm like, where do I have 1.6 million subscribers? Why would they put that in writing while speaking to me? Oh, that's right. You know, I'm saying too much. I'm not, you know what? Let me save it. That behind the scenes shit. Because, you know, it's 2021 and things got to get right this year. Let me go ahead and talk about Aunt Hammy, and then I'll talk to y'all about myself another time. Now listen, y'all going to be mad as fuck at what I'm about to say, but Aunt Hammy looks like a nuclear roach. She really looks like like a mutated mutant roach, like teenage mutant roach turtles or some shit. Like, she looks like as if somebody zapped like a roach or like a ray gun, and that shit just like blew up and just got real big like a fucking like a monster on Power Rangers or some shit. Like, me and my boys, I had to form Voltron to get like shoes on both of our hands to squash her. Like, you know, she look like a roach that you gotta like bring a sword fight to or some shit. You know what I mean? Like you gotta go grab the wakizashi or some shit, or the katana. At least a katana or something, because it's like, goddamn, like she just looks like a big ass roach that does that windmill thing, you know, like gay dudes and bitches that can't fight, they do that windmill thing where they punch in a circle. She looks like a roach doing that. I know y'all gonna be mad about me saying that, but it's the motherfucking truth, and y'all don't like it, then get the fuck up out of here. Thank you. Don't let the doorknob knock your ass out on your way out, punk bitch. This bitch gonna sit up here talking about how she sniffs powder. She's on that cocaine, right? She's a cokehead. And it's funny to me because she said that she's up all night, and that would explain why she looks like the living dead. This looks like a ran over roach on Ritalin, but I'm not supposed to say it, right?
So apparently, allegedly, Nicki Minaj has said that Kenneth Petty, which is Nicki Minaj's husband's alleged victim, was a year older than him. Allegedly, she was 16 and Kenneth Petty was 15. But okay, this is where it gets confusing. So this is what Aunt Hammy is saying, that Nicki Minaj said that the victim was a year older than her husband when whatever incident happened, whether or not he raped her or whatever the fuck happened, right? Because we don't really know. But she accused him, if I'm not mistaken, of rape. And a lot of people were discussing online whether or not he was underage, she was underage. Some people thought that he was an adult and that she was some underage girl because people kept comparing him to R. Kelly and whatnot. So long story short, allegedly Nicki Minaj said that he was a year younger than this girl. So the girl came out, well, she's a grown woman now in her 40s. And she was like, this person who was allegedly her, because it's never been confirmed that whoever this person is claiming they were Kenneth Petty's victim is actually the person that was involved with the case. We still don't know if this person is really her or somebody playing around on the internet, speaking to blogs or whatever she's doing. And she's putting out information and people are really confused right now. So basically, whoever this person is said that her and Kenneth Petty were both 16. Hammy says, and I want y'all to listen to this. Y'all, this is the part where y'all are about to turn off if you haven't turned off yet, because here's the part where we're going to be talking about black bitches and the things that they really do, and not this bullshit fictional narrative that the black woman is a queen, she rocks, she's just the greatest thing since sliced bread, and her melanin is popping, she's magic, all of that fake bullshit. This is the part where we go the fuck in on the so-called sisters. And at this point, y'all ain't no goddamn sisters of mine. Hammy says, oh, so this wasn't like normal statutory rape. And she goes on to say that every man that she's been with has been older than her. In fact, she started fucking when she was 14. The first man she was with was 20 years old when she was 14. And she said that every man who's had sex with her was a statutory rapist. These were her words. And she said that she was being real. For the record, this is not me speaking. This is Aunt Hammy's words. I want you to listen closely, because people were in the live comment chat box and they weren't like disturbed by it. Almost nobody was offended by what the fuck she was saying. Okay? This is why I don't take black bitches seriously. She said that she wasn't going to be with some broke ass N-word living with his mother, asking her to buy him some Jordans. She was with the guy who had a closet full of them. She goes on to say she doesn't believe that children should be fucking. These are her words, remember. However, if you're going to, you need to be fucking a grown-ass man. This is what Aunt Hammy is saying. I'm not kidding. There will be a link in the comment section and in the description box to this bullshit. but I want you to keep listening to what I have to say about this disgusting roach. She said that it's a waste of time and a waste of money. You need to be with a grown-ass man that could pay for something. How many black women have you heard in your fucking life say shit just like this? I know I've heard it plenty of times. They word it in different ways. What's one of the things that these disgusting people say? That what is it? Is it a wet pussy and a dry wallet doesn't make any sense? It's some stupid shit like that. It's a bunch of different things that older black women would tell young black girls about prostituting themselves. And if you listen to female rappers, what do female rappers brag and rap about? Fucking drug dealers, serial killers, murderers, gang member homos who've been to jail, and how much money that their pussy gets them. That's what these disgusting trollops talk about. She starts talking about who's going to pay for the children when you get pregnant, right? And then she starts saying this shit about who's going to pay for your penicillin when you get an STD. So these are her selling points for why young girls, if they're going to have sex, they should be having sex with grown men. So who are the young boys supposed to be fucking then? Each other? I guess go fuck yourself? I don't know. She didn't elaborate on that. She said Kenneth Petty's alleged victim was fast in the ass, that she had already been warned to stay up out of men's faces, but she was fast in the ass that her mother was a white crackhead. Wow, sounds like some truly defamatory shit. Y'all talking about Tasha K's lawsuit with Cardi B shit. What we need to be talking about is Jaguar rights. Freudian slip. Yeah, Jaguar is going to fuck around and get sued if she keeps saying the dumb shit that she's saying. But Hammy is going to get sued talking the shit that she's talking. Talking about people's mothers being white crackheads and people being hot in the pants. Like, what the fuck is she even talking about? I mean, it's probably true, allegedly. But, you know, I'm just saying, though. These are her words, and I'm not talking about the crackhead part, but she probably was a little hoe. That's how most of y'all bitches are, okay? And it's just real. And most of y'all hoes be chasing after dudes who you think has money. And yes, you bitches be chasing after dudes, fucking dudes, because you like their haircut and you like their sneakers. Because you bitches are weirdos. I'm talking to black women and black girls. You're fucking weirdos. That's why I tell black boys and men, if you're decent, don't talk to them at all unless you fucking have to. Stay away from black fucking females. If you don't have to be bothered with them. I mean, you know, love your mom, take care of your mom, whatever. Somebody's like close to you in your family, some shit like that. But generally speaking, leave black chicks alone. Mixed chicks vary. You have to get to know them. But leave black females alone. Like I said, and it gets more disturbing. But I want y'all to think about it. People were there in the live fucking chat room. And you know what people were saying and doing? Laughing at this stupid shit that she's saying. There has to be, allegedly, maybe some sort of truth to something that she's saying. Okay? So what the fuck is funny about anything that she's saying? Nothing. Now, Aunt Mammy goes on to say that basically, you know how it is in the hood, that basically so many words that mixed kids get treated like shit in the hood, which is interesting because I used to live in a not super hood, but lower middle class neighborhood, like damn near the hood. And like just literally a toe's step above the fucking hood. You know what I'm saying? Like barely. Like okay, I'm not in the projects. I technically live in a house or an apartment, like duplex or some shit. You know what I mean? Like that type of situation. Like okay, I'm not in the projects. The roach is crawling on me, but you know, like that's the next step down. When I was young, right? So mixed people where I grew up were treated just like black people, and you know, people either fucked with you or they didn't, and people, you know, they got bullied just like they bully people. You know what I mean? Like just a normal existence. Okay, in so many words. So there was no sort of like keeping the mixed people away or mistreating them because they were mixed. There's nothing like that. And the black females used to go fucking crazy. If you were a mixed guy, you had some fucking green eyes and some straight or straightish hair. Oh, black bitches used to lose their fucking mind over that shit. Ooh, my baby cat, green eyes and good hair. That's what the black chicks used to say. Oh, Lord knows I don't miss those days. And I sit back and I think sometimes about all the Latinas that I didn't talk to because, you know, don't talk to them. Their men don't like that. You know what black boys are told to stay away from the Latinas, which is a dumb move that I made. Meanwhile, like your girl Aunt Mammy was saying, the black girls were chasing after drug dealers, grown men, you know, like, ooh, I like his Michael Jordan sneakers. If you have one pair and he has 5, guess who you're gonna see me with tomorrow? Black females are a fucking joke. Because everything this bitch is saying is actually true. It's the same shit that myself and all these other fucking black men keep saying that we saw growing up. Like this was our existence. This was our lives. This is what the fuck we saw. And black bitches keep denying it. But Aunt Hammy is making like a clumsy Mexican and spilling the beans. And she's telling you all the fucking truth. She's like, look, yeah, when I was younger, I was a hoe and I was chasing after grown men because I liked his fucking sneakers in his car. I was 14 fucking a 20-year-old. And she didn't say what the dude did for a living, but how he was a 20-year-old who had a bunch of sneakers, and it sounds like he was living by himself because he wasn't living with his mother. So you put it together what the fuck he was doing to live the lifestyle he was living. She was talking about how mixed girls be getting trains ran on them, their mother's a crackhead and whatnot. You know, like when they have a white mother, black bitches love to make fun of mixed women whose mother happens to be white. Now, if the mother is black, then she's a fucking queen that sucks white peen. But if the girl has a white mother and a black father, then they'll talk shit about them. Like a reverse Tariq Nasheed situation. Like what Tariq Nasheed said, if you're going to get with a mixed woman, go ahead and get with one whose mother is non-black or white specifically, because she'll carry on the mentality of the white mother as opposed to the more than likely hood radish black mother. In so many words to paraphrase. And black bitches got mad when Tariq Nasheed said that shit, even though they believe in the exact opposite. Literally the polar opposite. And they say, well, if you're going to deal with a mixed person, make sure the daddy is white or non-black. Or if they don't say it like that, what they'll do is they'll shade or make fun of a mixed person or mixed female in general who happens to have a white mother. Black bitches love to do that for some weird reason. Now, it's not a really, well, yeah, it is a weird reason. The hatred and the jealousy that some black women have for white women who can comb their hair. The jealousy of the white woman's hair, the envy of the white woman's hair, is a very deeply rooted thing. But anyways, she said that girl was a street runner. Wow, how the fuck do you know that? Because you're allegedly, possibly, maybe a fucking street runner, so you put that on somebody else? Stinking bitch. But anyways, Aunt Mammy goes on to say, as far as escaping your life in the hood, like if your household is fucked up or whatever, she's like, those adoption houses are the worst. Listen, all hood radish black women say that. Things could be worse than dealing with me, this black woman who's abusing or neglecting you. Things could be worse than me. That's what these narcissistic sisters love to say, right? And anyway, she said that when she was 13, she had to go to one of these places, some sort of program or whatever. She said she was 13 years old and she stabbed a chick like 13 times. The 13th time she stabbed her, the girl's lung collapsed. And she got an attempted murder charge at the age of fucking 13. Now, they wanted to charge her as an adult, which they should have, but they ended up charging her as a child. She had to do a 6-month program because of this incident. And while a young male would be worried about getting raped or beaten up or murdered while being locked up in one of these institutions, like what often happens to males, she's like, it sounds like her main concern was that she was in there with a bunch of females who were lesbians, who ate pussy. That seemed to be her main fucking concern. That people were in there eating pussy, not stabbing people, not eating people, but eating puss. Which just goes to show you how easy it is for females, because even when females get locked up for attempted murder at 13, their main concern is, all these bitches are eating pussy in here. This is disgusting. I don't want to be here. Meanwhile, males are worried about getting their asshole ripped inside out and getting hung, shot, stabbed, get their fucking throat slit, while this bitch is worried about somebody asking to eat her pussy or get their pussy eaten. She said that these girls are maybe 11, 12, 13 young girls, and they were just eating pussy, doing fucking tongue twisters up there, just like Orlando Brown would say, shout out to Orlando Brown. They were up in there sucking the fucking life out of each other. That is real, creepy. That's really fucking disgusting, though. I mean, they were that young, and that's just what the fuck they were doing. What? That's crazy. She said it like they was just wall to wall pussy and just like Caligula or Sodom and Gomorrah or some shit. What the fuck is wrong with these young bitches? But this is what single motherhood does to you. Single motherhood will fuck you up. Drugs will fuck you up. This is why I told y'all, drug dealers and gang members need to be put on a fucking list. They're more than a public nuisance. They're fucking terrorists. The government lets them do what the fuck they're doing because they're fucking black people up out here. Trying to tell you that y'all get mad when I start saying that shit, about these fucking Bloods, Crips, and all these other animals. Y'all get mad oh, Meat, why are you saying that? Why are you wishing harm on these people? They didn't do nothing wrong except for hurt and kill a lot of people. But this is what single motherhood and drug usage and drug dealing does to people. Fuck my people up. But anyways, Aunt Mammy goes on to talk about how basically in so many words, she didn't say young and May, but in so many words, she was like, look, don't put me in a cell or whatever. Don't put me in there with somebody who's ugly. because she didn't want to be in there with somebody who liked Young M.A. in so many words, allegedly, possibly, maybe. She didn't say her, but I'm saying her as an example, right? And then she goes on to say, you know, she's been fucking since she was 11 years old. Yeah, that's what she goes on to say. Now, at first, she talked about being 14. Then all of a sudden, now she's like, but black bitches lie all the fucking time anyway. So it's like, you never really know what's true when black women are talking. They're just the biggest fucking liars ever. But she goes on to say that her man had a car when she was 11 years old. And black bitches are about to be mad at me for calling y'all black bitches and whatnot. But listen to what this bitch said her mother said. She said her mother said to her, well, people were asking, like, what the fuck is going on? Why is she, you know, like letting her 11-year-old daughter date this grown man? She said the dude was shorter than her because his growth was stunted. And she was like, yeah, you know, he was littler than me and everything, but he was a grown man. He was a baller. He had money. You know, black bitches don't value black men's lives or black boys' lives, but if they could get a settlement, if the police pop you in the head or shoot you in the chest or in the stomach or some shit, the police murder your ass, you know, they'll definitely gladly accept the money. You know, shed a couple of tears, real or fake, collect that check, and then just go on with their lives. Because that's what you black males are to these black females. You're nothing but a check. They don't value you. They don't value your life. Whatever alleged value that they put on you is whatever the fuck they can get from you. Hammy said verbatim, money, baller, period. She says straight out the gate, if she's going to give up some pussy, the N-word is going to have some motherfucking money. And this type of shit is what I've always heard black females say. But everybody acts so numb and dumb to the shit that black women say and do. So everybody's just like, well, I don't know. You know, I never really heard no thing like this before. Motherfucker, you're a liar. Black bitches are always saying shit like this because they're okay with it. Now, when the white folks and other people come around, Latinos, Asians, or anybody that the black woman's lying for and putting on her mask for, or her good wig, the bitches sit up there with her good wig, lying and pretending that she's fucking mother of the year and she's this queen with another woman's hair on her head as a crown. But I speak truth to powerless, not power, because you have no fucking power, weavy wonder. And this is the shit that black women say all the goddamn time. I'm telling you, I grew up hearing it. Countless other black men grew up hearing it. However, whenever the topic is discussed, everybody acts like they don't know what's going on. Now, Aunt Mammy said that basically that girl who's the alleged victim said that Kenneth was on the come up and that she applauds her if the girl chose Kenneth Petty to fuck that day when she was allegedly assaulted, because he was on his way to getting some money anyway, you know, illegally, because this is what black bitches promote. This is what black females tell young black females and young mixed females, that yeah, it's cool, it's okay to go fuck a murderer, a drug dealer, a gang member, a thief, a criminal, a liar, somebody who's savage and somebody who's trash, and then pretend why you don't know why your fucking kids don't have a fucking father. You just act like you're shocked. I'm surprised that that murderer didn't stay around and help me raise these goddamn bastards. I'm fucking shocked. Shaking my damn head. Ooh, I hope that this loose ass wig doesn't fall off of it. Hopefully this knob on my knobby noggin will hold this motherfucker on. And these bitches got the nerve to call somebody dusty. Take that fucking funky weave and wig off your fucking head and tell me that that's not dust on the top of your shit. This bitch said you were choosing the right thing if you were choosing a blood gang member who served time for, what did they say, it was manslaughter, but this motherfucker killed somebody, y'all. He fucking killed somebody. She was choosing the right thing if she was fucking this killer gang member who she says sexually assaulted her. How the fuck is any of this shit funny? Remember, in the live chat, which I was there for this part, I missed the first a little bit of the show, the first 7, 10, the very beginning of this 90 plus minute bullshit. But I did catch this part live, and I'm looking at the chat room, and I ended up saying something too. I'm like, yeah, y'all bitches are up in here laughing, but there's nothing that she's fucking saying that's funny. Like, I'm waiting for the punchline. These bitches were laughing, just kept posting like those rolling laughing emojis, and the emojis were crying while laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is so funny? But this is the type of shit that black women think is funny. And anybody who comes from a certain type of neighborhood knows that everything that I'm saying in this video is a fucking fact. She said that Kenneth Petty had been dropped out of school, so that girl was fucking dudes off the corner. What the fuck does that mean? Does she mean like dudes that are on the block like criminals? Or does she mean that that girl was a toot of the a prostitute?
I don't understand allegedly what she was saying and allegedly. Now I want y'all to listen to this closely because this is where the shit gets so disturbing, and I definitely need people to converse with me in the comment section about this one particular point that she made. She said, you know, like people were bringing up the fact that she was 11 years old, allegedly, up in her live chat. She was like, yeah, I was 11. And she was like, yeah, I bet some of y'all want to be like, oh, you know, y'all want to find, there's so many words like find out who he is so that y'all can give him a piece of your mind and say, yeah, you're a statutory rapist because she was 11, right? And she said, here's the thing, though. She said, do you understand that, listen, this is what Aunt Hammy said. I'm not fucking playing. Aunt Mammy said this in her live, and it's on YouTube. She said, do you understand that those same people who made the law stating that it's statutory rape for that grown man, alleged grown man, to fuck her at 11, are the same people who said that you couldn't drink from the same water fountain as a white person if you were black? And she goes on to say, don't you know the same people who made those laws saying you were a dusty N-word with the hard ER and that basically your life didn't mean shit are the same people who came up with these statutory rape laws? Are you sure that those are the same people? I bet you somebody referenced this. Those laws were like a fucking 100 years apart, or at least years apart, and it wasn't the same fucking people, you know. But anyway, so remember, all laws weren't created on the same day. What the hell? But it's essentially what she's saying is just like you should have the right to drink from the same water fountain as a white person because you don't have the cooties. She also has the right to fuck grown men at 11. Like, you can't make this shit up. This disgusting fucking roach. And y'all are more offended, more worried about me calling this thing a fucking wet squashed roach than you're worried about her giving up pussy at 11 years old to grown men because she liked their sneakers and they had a car. This is who black men are stuck with, except for the smart black men who save themselves. Save yourself, black men. If you're out here dealing with a different type of woman, I fucking salute you, sir. I get it. I mean, you don't want to have to deal with this shit because we have the worst of the fucking worst. I swear to fucking God. If any other man has a more unredeemable woman, I need to know, not from personal experience, but I need to see the documentary about it. You dig? Because we are stuck with the most fucked up human beings on the planet. And then we get blamed for their bullshit. The scary thing about it is, you know, people will try to pretend like this is normal for black men, that this is just what all black men are doing, even though it's actually a minute minority. But the problem is that they have so many black girls and women. So since so many black girls and women have this fucking experience of being hoes, including childhood hoes and teenage hoes and shit, and grown woman hoes fucking at the office and everything that black bitches be doing, it makes it seem as if, well, if 5 million black women are doing blah blah blah, then 5 million black men must be doing blah 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 on the other side. And no, it's nothing like that. The ratios are really fucking crazy. It'd be like one dude who's doing shit like this with like 3, 5, 10, 20 fucking females. That's why you hear stories about black dudes having 10, 15, 20, 40 fucking kids with all of these different women. Sometimes it'll be different babies' mothers, or sometimes it may be like 10 different women, 15 different women, maybe 40 kids with 35 women or some crazy shit like that. These bitches be out here sharing dicks. And it's crazy because the black men that black women don't fuck with get blamed for the few guys that they do fuck with. Then black women pretend that black men who aren't doing this shit just don't fucking exist. They're like, well, these are our only options. No, bitch, those are the only options you fucking want. So just say that you're only attracted to a small segment of black men. Just fucking tell the truth. You like men who are in jail or going to jail. You like men who are liars. You like men who are murderers. You like men who are violent towards other men while not being violent towards black women, except for some time and for fun, and then just cut it off. You know, like he'll playfully choke you, he'll slap you, but only do it once, but don't really beat your ass. All types of stupid stipulations and variations in very small print. You got to read the fine print, okay? Like, I don't want, except for these exceptions, like he can raise a hand to me if he has money and he only slaps me once. But if he's broke and he hits me twice, he's going to jail. He can hit me if he's white, but he can't hit me if he's black. If he's a drug dealer or a gang member, he could be violent with me. But if he's a 9-to-5 worker, that motherfucker's going to jail, and he's gonna get something on his record now. He shouldn't have fucked with me. That's for thugs to do. That's not for punk motherfuckers like you who gotta go to work and take orders from the white men to do. And this is how these weave heads think. And this is who the fuck we're stuck with for now. Brothers, get yourself something, anything other than a fucking black woman. I don't give a fuck who's offended. If you want to unsubscribe, I don't fucking care. I'm going in. It's 2021. The blogger from hell is back. Fuck you, suck a dick. So then Aunt Hammy goes on to say, even despite the alleged fact that she was fucking grown men at 11 years old and 14 years old because she liked their sneakers and she liked their cars, she also forgot to say their haircut. That's another thing that black bitches will fuck you over, your haircut as well. But she was fucking dudes because she liked the sneakers and the cars as a girl, fucking grown men. This she goes on to say, well, how did I turn out compared to you bitches? In other words, I have more money than you girls. You know, she has a white sugar daddy, whatever the fuck, right? So she's like, well, I turned out better than you bitches that had a high school sweetheart. Then she goes on to say that she had a high school sweetheart herself because she couldn't take her drug dealer to the prom. So she had a high school sweetheart as a cover-up boyfriend that she was using as like a fucking beard or as a weave, as a fucking cover-up, to cover up that dirty shit underneath it. And she had him on the side as her side guy while she was fucking a drug dealer. And this is normal for black bitches. And everybody acts like they don't know what the fuck is going on. That this is exactly what they do. This roach sat up there and said that Kenneth Petty must have allegedly had a fucking shotgun pointed at that girl from a distance to get her to come to the house so that he could allegedly sexually assault her. Like, oh my fucking God. The bitch said that she thinks that this girl was allegedly, possibly maybe, dealing with street N-words. And she said that's the smart thing to do. To deal with a street N-word, not a broke teenager. Let me tell you, black horse, something. If you start out being a fucking prostitute, okay? As a child prostitute, and you're selling your pussy and you're dealing with boys or men who have money illegally, then why would a quality man want to deal with you after you've had a bunch of abortions, a bunch of bastard babies, you've beat a drug addiction, you're in debt with student loans, you have a low credit score or below average credit score, you're overweight, you're out of shape, you're worn out, your pussy's out of shape and overweight and worn out, you have a fupa, a fat upper pussy area, nappy stubble on your bubble, you have nasty ingrown hairs on your pussy and your ass, you wear fake hair on your dusty funky fucking head, you have stretch marks on your hands and fingers because you're so overweight, you smell funny, you bitches are just downright disgusting. And then some fucking savior who preferably doesn't have children, who has money, who's over 6 feet tall, has a fucking six pack, and at least at bare minimum 8 inches of dick. Because when people talk about the 6 feet tall, 6 figures, the 4 sixes, 6 pack, 6 feet tall, 6 figures, and has a 6-inch dick minimum. No, with black women, they want a fucking dude who has at least 7 figures and at least 7 to 8 inches absolute fucking minimum. You gotta have an above average dick, which thank God I do. But the point is this though. Why would a man who has no children, has money, has his own place, has his own car, dresses nice, smells nice, he's in good shape, he takes care of himself, he's a decent and productive human being, why the fuck would he want to come in and save you Power Roaches? Like the Power Rangers? Why the fuck would somebody want to play Lord Zordon for you roaches? Bitch, you better go find the White Ranger. Bitch, fuck you mean? Hell no. Any black man who does this is a goddamn fool. And it's like, you can't make this shit up. This is what this bitch is saying, y'all. This is what she's saying. She's admitting. This is her these are her confessions. Fuck Usher. These are her confessions. Burning. Listen. Allegedly. She said, we all knew what young N-words dropped out of school and went to go make that money. And we were like, okay, I'm going to put some pussy on his ass. This is how these dudes end up with a bunch of kids. Like you keep hearing these stories about a certain segment of black males who have so many children with so many women. It's because they're all fucking the same guys. Remember, most black men don't have children. Most of us, statistically, over 51% don't fucking have kids. Most black women do. However, people have been brainwashed to believe that all black men are a bunch of fucking sexual deviants that are out here just impregnating black women back to back when it's the roaches running rampant. And like Aunt Mammy said, you know, they're throwing pussy on these guys so he can throw them some money.
bunch of fucking prostitutes. The black woman is a prostitute. I'm speaking in general here. So anybody who's offended, whoever is a hit bitch hollering, don't worry, I'm hollering too. I'm laughing because it's the fucking truth. Just a race of hoes and liars, murderers. And abortion is murder, for the record, okay? And most black men have never killed anybody. Y'all be like, you see, black men are responsible for 56% of violent crimes or some weird First of all, those are just recorded crime statistics. Way more violence and murder. Most murders go unsolved, okay? For the record, most violence goes unreported, okay? And just because these people have been convicted doesn't mean a bunch of other people that don't look like them are not getting away with murder like black bitches are. I had to go look up one day. I said, is it fucking illegal to like date a drug dealer or take drug dealers' money? Because black bitches are always talking about all the drug dealing murderous scum that they fucked for money that they've been dating and rapping about and shit. I had to go look it up because I needed to know the truth. Is it illegal to take drug money? Because I thought it was. And sure enough, it is. So why aren't all these black bitches in jail? Like 80 to 90% of black women, I wouldn't be surprised, should be in jail right now or worse. You bitches are doing the crimes and not doing the time. I'm snitching and telling white zaddy right now. No, seriously. You hoes are always doing something wrong but getting away with it. So over half of black people are a bunch of fucking criminals and liars, black women, and you're ruining our race. Stop talking about your level. I will never stoop to your level. When you say level, you mean going down? Black women always bragging about levels. Yeah, you mean a fucking ski slope. Going down. Fucking ramp. Always talking about some goddamn level.
Wow. This bitch starts talking about dingy looking mixed people with frizzy hair. Now imagine if somebody started talking about dingy looking dark skinned black women with fake hair. Or nappy hair. Could you imagine all of the crying, all the oil... all the oil tears that would be shed. But black bitches talk about every fucking body. Black bitches talk about black men, mixed women, white women, gay people. Black women talk shit about every fucking body. But no one can say anything about Miss Scabhead, the fake queen. She be on it like her bonnet. She's going on and on about Kenneth Petty's alleged victim, and she's talking about mixed people who look like dirty socks, and they're basically a dusty beige. See, now let somebody tell a joke about dark-skinned black women. Dark-skinned people in general, because that includes black women, as long as black women are included. Because if you talk shit about dark-skinned black men, the N-word, B-words won't fucking care, because they got rejected by some dark-skinned black man at some point, and if they didn't get rejected, then the bitch saw a dark-skinned black man with a lighter-toned woman on TV or something, and that offended them, so it's okay for her to wish death on them. That's how black bitches' brains operate. So she's making fun of the complexion of light-skinned mixed women. If you want to know what I think about mixed women, only thing you gotta do is go on YouTube and type this in. # mixed girl magic. Just type that in, # mixed girl magic one day. Or if for some weird reason my videos don't pop up, type in Meat Magazine # mixed girl magic. See for yourself. But anyways, Aunt Mammy, the plantation princess, the goddess of the ghetto, the savage slave herself, sat her wild nappy-headed ass up there and pew 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 and spewed a lot of bullshit. This bitch is a skunk. Pepe le pew pew pew. Okay? Now I know that souls aren't real. All that shit, the afterlife and all that Sky Daddy shit is all fake, right? But black bitches will sell their soul, so to say, for $1. I mean, I don't believe in souls, but if we did have souls, they would be willing to sell theirs for a penny. Fuck it. She implied that Kenneth Petty's alleged victim was told by like older women, like, stay out of these men's faces or whatnot. And she was like, in so many words, her hair was long, she was pretty and light skinned, and you know how it is, when you're like pretty and light skinned, have long hair. And it's like, I doubt that this female actually said this. But even if she did, so fucking what? It sounds as if you're like insecure, and it sounds as if you're jealous because you don't have the looks that she allegedly has. But Aunt Mammy is going to sit up there and basically say that this girl needs to go up on YouTube and find like a makeup artist, like a MUA, to, figure out what to do with her looks. And for the record, I'm going to plug somebody, my favorite makeup artist on YouTube right now. And if you want makeup artist tips, techniques, ideas, then I would strongly suggest you check out a girl Callie Lowe. Now, I'm going to post a link to her channel in the description box as well as in the comment section. So make sure you check her out. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. She talks about like makeup, reality TV, life. She does vlogs and whatnot. So also she has a husband and some dogs. And she's a model. And I think she acts too. So make sure you check her out with her beautiful self. And listen, I gotta wrap this up, y'all. I got to go. I've been rambling for a long time, and I know that nobody has listened this far into the video anyway. Like, nobody is listening right now, because nobody listens when I make long videos. Nobody really cares. You know, you guys only listen when I talk about things for 1 minute, and y'all just really don't give a shit about me for 2020. I'm fucking with y'all, okay? I'm just messing with y'all. No, but seriously, all jokes aside, to let me know you listened all the way to the end of this video, the secret password to say in the comment section is bed bugs. Because these bitches are roaches, and they be in the bed prostituting themselves or whatnot, so there's some goddamn bed bugs. Now, here's the thing, right? I don't have any problem with a woman being a whore. My problem is that black bitches are liars, and black bitches start out very young being lying whores, and they're really bringing down the race. I know that sounds really fucked up, but it's the God's honest truth. Black bitches have ruined the fucking race. You know, they do everything wrong. They get their hands dirty. You know, they throw rocks and hide their hands. Their hands are dirty. They wash their hands, and then they say, see, he done did it. And, you know, black men end up all fucked up out here. There's so many black men that are in jail that shouldn't be in jail. So many black women who are not in jail that should be. It's really fucked up. Things are so backwards. Things are the complete opposite of what the world really thinks. Black bitches, a lot of times, they don't even know who the fuck the father of their child is. Shout out to Maury Povich. Black bitches be having kids with just any fucking body. They don't even know who the fuck got them pregnant. Have 3, 4, 10 or more dudes nut in them in the same day. And then they turn around and say, you see the way the black men are? Like, bitch, the father of your child is white. That little milky, silky baby with that fucking straight hair and that light skin is not black, just light skin. And just has a different hair type. No, bitch. That's a fucking biracial baby. Or you might be mixing the baby as 3/4 fucking white or some other shit. That baby's not black, sometimes not even half black. But black men get the rap for it. For what you bitches be doing out here. And I'm tired of the fucking bullshit. And it's 2021. It's time to cut some clits. Hashtag clip a clit. Hashtag clit clipper. Hashtag clit clipping.